Hey everybody, it's Deanna with Tools of Energy Protection.com, your energy shift expert and Akashic Records advisor. How's everybody doing tonight? It is August 16th, 2022. Kids getting back to school, lots of craziness going on in the world, big announcements from world leaders and all that other stuff. So I'm wondering how you're doing tonight. Are you doing all right? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling good about the world and the way things seem? Or are you a little edgy like me, kind of wondering what's next? So tonight on Tuesday Night Live, I'm going to talk to you about an Akashic Records. I'm going to do an Akashic Records reading for the planet to see where we're headed right now, to look into those records and see if there's anything been written out so far of things we might experience on this timeline. And then I'm also going to ask you questions about how you're feeling and do a little live readings tonight. So if you have a question, put it down below, and I will take a couple people and do a free reading this evening. Let's see who we've got in here tonight. I know it just seems like a really super busy time for everybody. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I've got some changes coming up I wanted to tell everybody about. I've been doing the Tuesday night lives for almost like 6 years, I think. And I'm wanting to change how I serve all of you because I know some of you really appreciate the energy shift updates and, what's going on, what can you expect, here's how you're feeling, so you don't feel so nuts. So I'm going to start doing those particular readings in a different way. I'm going to actually offer them to you on a monthly basis so that you can be assured that you'll get that every single week. And I'll have some more information posted up on that soon. And then also I'm going to start doing a monthly broadcast over on YouTube. So for those of you that are on YouTube seeing this, because you don't want to go over to Facebook, I will be doing monthly energy shift updates over there, and I'll let you all know when that's going to be. And I'm going to start it on September the 1st, and it'll cover the whole month and what's coming up and what to expect. So a lot of big changes coming up here and a lot of shifting in the way that we serve everybody, and I'm so super excited to do that. And I really appreciate each and every one of you being here with me on Facebook Live on Tuesday nights. All right, so we will continue to have a Tuesday night live the 23rd and the 30th. And then I'll make an announcement what's going to happen after that. But again, serving people a little bit differently because different needs have come up and the way this world is shifting so quickly. And then, let's see here. We're going to talk a little bit about if you're feeling disconnected right now in your life, why that might be, and it's actually not what you think it is. So we're going to say hello to Carrie, Genesis. Glad to have you aboard. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. River, good evening. And Deborah says she feels like she's on the edge of an opening, which is so totally true. And let's see here. And hello to Wendy. So thanks everybody for joining. And joining as we shift to continue to try to serve the public. And then I'm a little off today. Today was the first day of school, totally discombobulated, getting everything rocking, and you do the best you can. All right, so let's talk about why it is that you may be feeling like you're a little off right now. Or as Deborah said, you may be feeling like you're right on the edge of something, like you're getting ready to birth something, that the universe has delivered something to your doorstep. And that is literally true, because when Lionsgate came around, the vibrational frequency of certain planets allowed us to have an extra oomph, if you will, an extra bit of energy to work through all these things we're facing. Because I don't know about you, but it seems like my life has just increased in the amount of noise, the magnitude of the amount of noise, meaning the amount of things coming in and attempting to shift my life that really I'm not interested in or want to have anything to do with. So all these things come in, you're like, no, I can't handle anymore. And they're like, oh, too bad, we're coming anyway. So if any of you feel like that, give me a thumbs up or a frowny face so I know that you're out there, because that seems to be the pervasive feeling of what's going on in the planet right now. All right, so I shuffled the cards for the Akashic Records reading for the planet. And if anybody, whoops, looks like somebody's sending some love there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comments and letting me know that you're out there. And anyway, so what I want to talk about very quickly, let's see here. Sorry, just having a lot of stuff going on. If you're wondering why you're feeling disconnected from your life right now, I bet you didn't expect this. All right, so number one reason that you may be feeling disconnected from your life right now is other people's opinions of you. So, so many times highly sensitive people, star seeds and empaths, we really have a codependent type nature because we have spidey senses and we want to make sure everybody's doing okay. That's okay for us because that's our job. Also having safe boundaries and developing those boundaries, how to balance and love yourself, in addition to having those extrasensory perceptions, that's the desired outcome. And when we don't have those, what other people say about us will sway how we feel about ourselves. Have you ever noticed that? Somebody says, oh, you're not good enough. And you're like, oh, kind of dramatic. If you have boundaries and you know that you're doing good on the inside, then that answer is going to be, all right, well, you can think I'm not good enough, but I'm doing pretty good as I am. And that's about you and not about me. So one of the reasons that you may be feeling a little outside of yourself is there seems to be a lot of people, right now that are feeling disconnected about themselves and from their life right now. And that can be because other people are telling you how to feel. And especially if you're sensitive, because if you watch the news or you're picking up on the frequencies happening on this planet, the collective consciousness, and those people have a lot of pain going on right now. They don't know which way to turn or where to look. And so we pick those things up. And as our spidey senses bring them in, even though that person's literally not standing right there and telling us how to feel about ourselves, it's through that collective consciousness and our spidey senses that we pick that up and we begin to take it on. So that could be one of the reasons that you are feeling disconnected right now. All right, number two reason why you might be feeling disconnected from life right now is ignoring your intuition. Okay, my sensitives, listen up very closely. So many of you out there are contacting me about the Spiritual Awakening Academy, which I'm cranking up the 1st of September. And that academy is designed to help you not only take your power back, but to empower you as a sensitive person in the time we're living in now, because this is not Sunday school anymore. We used to go to church and sit there and listen to the sermons, go, oh, that's really wonderful, and I should do that in my life, and this is great. And we got a lot of mental and emotional tools, from that, going to those services. And now it's time to go out and use what we've learned, because this is it. It's been go time for a while. And some of you are still wondering why it is that you're having trouble, sensing, perceiving your life, why you may be feeling disconnected from your life right now. And this may not make me popular, but I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to tell you how it is. I'm here to tell you how to be at one with your beautiful self. So if you're feeling disconnected right now from life, it's because your spidey senses are at red alert, not green, not yellow, but at full red alert. And they're like, pay attention, because your spidey senses are not only connected to the planet, but they're connected to the divine, to God's spirit or source, where you came from. You are connected with spirit. You are at one with spirit. There is no separation, only the separation that exists up here, which there's a lot of that. I get that. I struggle with it. So this connection between you, God, spirit, and source is big time. super huge. If you're hearing that high-pitched whine or that ringing in your ear and it's oscillating or getting louder, that's because the manna from heaven, if you will, the extra bit that Spirit is putting out there for those of us that are connected and awake to receive in our spiritual divine selves and help us to go forward through these times and help us to navigate these uncertain waters is there. It's free, it's available, and you're not tuning in. You're ignoring it. And you're down here going, oh my gosh, the economy's getting bad and healthcare is now changing. And there's I think they made an announcement about a planetary environmental shift thing, and you got all this stuff going on in the 3D world and trying to make it, and prices are going up and people aren't working and whatever else is going on out there. And if you're all involved in this, and this is where you live, then you're going to feel a lot of drama right now and a lot of unsettled energies. If you remember that you are a divine aspect of the creator source of all that loves you, that desires you to be abundant mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, that makes you to quote unquote lay down by still waters in green pastures where you have plenty to eat, plenty of safe water to drink. That's who the creator source of all is and what the creator source of all desires for you. And a lot of you out there are not taking yourself to that level. You're not taking full advantage of your intuition that's telling you turn left here. Or I was just reading today about a gentleman that's written a book. I believe it's called When the Body Says No. So our body will say, no, don't do that to yourself anymore. And the brain isn't listening, literally. Because this is our Christ consciousness. And in the Bible, it says Christ is the head of the church. So if this is our Christ consciousness, and they tell us in Eastern wisdoms, this is our temple, our holy temple. So this is in charge of this. And if this is saying, I'm in pain, I need more rest, I need different vitamins, I need to go for a run, whatever this is telling your brain, if the brain refuses to listen and connect into the intuition, sorry, I'm kind of skipping into two subjects here. But number one, the brain receives information from the divine, and your body receives information on how you're processing this earth, your emotions, your energy in motion. And that's what the body processes. And then it tells it to the brain, and it's like, there's pain down here, there's pain down here. And the brain's like, la, 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 la. Okay, that creates depression and anxiety. Because your body is trying to tell you it's not happy, it needs help, it needs to go for a walk, it may need to eat differently, it may just need some rest. And the brain is like, oh my gosh, I have to deal with all these things going on in the world. Just keep going, body, just keep going, and it pushes the body to do things. And the body finally gives up and says, no, we're going to go into disease. And that's what I was reading a little bit about an author I'm going to explore more that was talking about, when the body says no, because it's tired of being stressed out. Because when your brain can't process what's going on in front of it, it stimulates the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system in the body, and the body processes what the brain is dealing with. And after a while, the body's like, I'm done. And the brain, sometimes doesn't pay attention. So what am I saying? I said a lot there, and I kind of changed subjects on you. So number one, if you're wondering why you're feeling disconnected from your life right now, number one reason is you're allowing other people's opinions to sway you. And there's a lot of opinions right now in this 3D world, lots of them. So know what you know, connect to the divine, feel that truth within yourself. Your body will let you know if it's truth or not. It's called an idiometer response. Then some of us are ignoring our intuition. That's where God's spirit or source is guiding you to green pastures, guiding you to still waters, which also is something to drink. And when water is still, it's calming. Okay. And if you're ignoring your intuition, and you don't know how to tune in and it's bugging you, then go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on Spiritual Awakening Academy and fill out the app. If you're not sure and you have questions and you'd like to talk to me, there's a contact me place, and you write what you want in there in the comments and it'll email it to me and I will call you or email you back if you want to put your phone number in there. Let's talk about it, get you uprighted, get you feeling better, because this is no time to be at half tilt. A lot of you are walking around like this, half tilt, you know, instead of being uprighted as your beautiful divine self. And with what's coming at us 90 to nothing in this world right now, it's just, you know, and if you're kind of half cocked, you're not going to be able to handle it. And for those of you that know what I'm talking about, it seems like, you know, our life was going 90 to nothing like last month and the month before. And this month we're like, okay, our plate is full. We can't handle anymore. And the universe just said, guess what? Here's some more. And I don't really think it's the universe doing it. I think it's what's happening in the world is adding more to our plate than we can all process. And it's very distressing. So reason number 3, why you might feel disconnected from life right now, something I found out yesterday. I was having trouble yesterday processing a lot of stuff coming my way with school starting back up, you know, and there was just a lot of things going on. And I had like enough and my brain went into freeze, you know, fight, flight, or frozen. And my brain went into frozen and I didn't get anything accomplished yesterday. I just kind of was just in a space. You know what I'm talking about in this overwhelming times of everything coming at you and you're like trying to process it all and then your brain just goes, ah. Right? Give me a thumbs up if that's you. I'm looking over here. I'm waiting to see if there's any thumbs up over here. Don't tell me it's just me. Come on now. Okay, I guess it's just me. No thumbs up going on over here. Either that or you all aren't listening and got me on mute. Anyway, so one of the reasons that you may not be, you know, feeling it is because of everything that's going on, because you've gone into frozen, because your brain is overstimulated. And so you're just not feeling like yourself right now. Feel like anybody you know? So at the end of my day yesterday, I decided I was going to clear my energies. Usually I clear my energies when I start work, you know, so I decided I'm going to do an Akashic Records clearing for me. You want to know what I found out? That in a parallel existence, that I had overwhelmed there too. And apparently the parallel existence triggered. So now I got overwhelmed running between parallel existence and current existence. Boom, 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 back and forth. It's no wonder I felt frozen. Not only my only current 3D reality I was dealing with, but I had stuff from next door coming over too. So what I did was I cleared the energies between me and the parallel life. I cleared the energies in the parallel life, and all of a sudden, boop, just like a snap, I felt almost instantly better. And I say almost because it, you know, took an hour for me to kind of adjust, but it was like amazing. I felt like a totally and completely different person. So anyway, now the 4th reason why you may not feel like yourself right now, why things may feel a little wiggy right now in your life, the 4th reason is because you may not know your real purpose. People have been coming to me going, Deanna, what's my purpose in life? What is it? You know? And if you didn't know what your purpose in life was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it was all right. You could kind of just keep going. Now, with all the crazy stuff happening, if you truly do not know what your purpose in life is, you have no mission. You have no singular focus. So with all of this stuff that's going on around you, and you don't have a singular focus, then you have no purpose. And where there is no purpose, people perish, not literally die, but they just don't know what to do with themselves. And so they're stuck with all this stuff going on in the 3D world. If you can resonate with this, can you give me a thumbs up and let me know? I don't know if I can still see thumbs up because I haven't seen anything tonight. So I think either I'm on a really serious subject and you all are frozen, or I'm not making any sense. So if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Hey, there we go. I got 3 thumbs up. Woohoo! All right. All right. So anyway, that's the reasons why you may be not feeling yourself, and they weren't what people, normally think. And the best way that you can handle it's like I did the other day. I did an Akashic Records clearing for myself, and once I cleared those energies out, I felt so much better, so much better. So if you'd like to get an Akashic Records clearing, you can go to my website, toolsofenergyprotection.com, and click on sessions. There's a half-hour session and a 1-hour session. Get yourself registered. Let's get together, get things knocked out for you, and get it rocking for you so that you can feel more uprighted and happier during these times. Okay, so I told you I was going to do some free readings, and I have my cards here, and I'm going to start out with a reading for the world, okay? Because as you know, this world is headed into a crazy train zone. If it's not already there, I think it is. And there's only so much of the future that's predetermined. And by the collective consciousness, every man, woman, and child that draws a breath on this world, and some animals, if they're in fear or if they're in love or somewhere in between, that feeds into the collective consciousness. And right now that's helping to decide where America, or where the world, actually, I'm in America, is headed right now. And that will determine what happens for all of us, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Everybody on this planet feeds into a collective consciousness, okay? Every man, woman, and child's thoughts feeds up there, whatever the majority of that is, where there's leaning towards love and peace or leaning towards fear and doom and gloom, then we as spirit beings feed back in on that collective consciousness. So it's kind of a cycle, which is not really happy if things aren't good, but if we're in a place of peace and joy, then we can counterbalance the fear. It just depends on where everybody is, especially highly sensitive people or empaths. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card for past, present, and future for where the world is headed. Do a quick reading on that. And then I will take a couple of readings from the audience. I will let you know when everything happens. I will make a big, huge announcement. I am shifting how I serve you all, because I've been doing this Tuesday Night Live, I think about 6 years. I'd have to go back and look. And it's not reaching as many people because some people don't have Facebook. So eventually I'm going to be switching to doing one live broadcast on YouTube a month, where I talk about my projections for the whole entire month, the energy shifts, what's happening, what's going on. And then I'm going to be having a private once a week readings where you can tune in. So you'll have to join if you want the private once a week readings, okay? So I'll make an announcement about that formally. I'll put it on my webpage so you can go read it, but please don't go away. We still have 2 Tuesdays left in this month, so I will be here. All right, let's do an Akashic Records reading for the world. Okay, so the first one I got is called the Willow, the 2 of Forces right there, the Willow, 2 of Forces. So that's what's happened in the past. So when I do my readings with cards, I do past, present, future. And so in the past, and I got this card, 2 of Forces upside down. So in the past, the world has been, the world's collective consciousness has been like a willow tree, and everybody's been able on this planet, to go with. Is it, war times, or is it peace times, or recovery times? Is it, everybody's been like a willow tree and able to go back and forth in this wind. And there's 2 ways that we've been in the past, either wartime or peacetime, or adjusting in between. So that's what we've seen in our past. All right, the present. The present is called the lightning bolt. This couldn't be more true. Or 8 of Forces, the lightning bolt. And it was upside down, reversed. So the lightning bolt is something that just boom, strikes, and whatever's done is done. When I used to, first, when I was clearing Akashic records, they called me the lightning bolt because I would go in there and whatever record, was causing you disruption in your current life and your health or wealth or romance, I just go in there, boom, knock it out, and it was done. Of course, now I offer more help and understanding and nurturing and loving and getting you going along the path so that you can continue your life in a positive manner. But in the old days, it was just boom, and I was done. Next. But the lightning bolt, getting back to this world, upside down. What that means is right now on this planet, we are being hit with a lightning bolt. The whole entire world. It started when COVID hit. And it has caused everybody to shut down. That's a huge transformation. That's a huge lightning bolt. And so now we are adjusting from that. So that's been a couple of years ago. We think we want to go back to normal and everything's good. Oh no, we can't have normal. Why would we want normal when we can have more chaos in the world? If you don't believe me, turn on the news and watch for a couple minutes if you can handle it. There's so much going on. Political upheaval, mudslinging, when is there a break? In the good old days, we get ready for an election, everybody'd sling the mud, we get the election, everybody fall in behind whoever was leading. And now it just seems like it's constant mudslinging and constant changes, and not all of them for the better. And a lot of them seem to be being made by the ambiguous they. Anyway, don't want to get too far down that road. So that's the current. So past, we were able to rock back and forth between the two worlds like a willow tree. Sun came in, and we would be going back and forth between, peacetime or war times, and harmoniously, if somewhat going back and forth. And I don't mean harmoniously for the lives and stuff that were lost, but it seemed like we would be, in past history at war, and then we go over to peace, and then, kind of back and forth where, now it seems like we were at peace, and then just boom, everything upheaval. So the present is the lightning bolt and basically the aftermath. Okay, 8 phases in the aftermath. And we're in phase 2. All right, then going forward, this is fascinating. This is the world. This is the Akashic Records reading for the world and where it's headed right now. And this one came right side up, and it's called the view of the ego, views of the ego. So here it is, views of the ego, the 4 of roses. Okay, so it looks like there's 3 guys there that are looking in at one particular, reflection. But the views of the ego. Ego means edging good out or edging God out. And that's what the future looks like right now for the Akashic Records in the world. So that means there's going to be a lot of egos, a lot of leaders thinking they know what's best and not listening to other leaders. And they're going to be button heads and taking us this way, taking us that way, no continuity. And there's going to be lots of changes. And I can tell you now, they're not all going to be for the better. So anyway, that's the Akashic record reading as far as past, present, and future goes for the planet. I'm going to draw an overall card, which is, good, because it overshadows what we've just read. And this is a good one. It says the Buddha prepares. How much more wonderful could that be? The Buddha prepares. So inside of each one of us, if you will, there's a Buddha. And this person is in meditation. They're in connection with God's spirit or source, which is just what I was telling you earlier. And they are at peace no matter what's going on around them. And that's where I desire all you highly sensitive people, empaths or starseeds to be, is at much peace as you can. And you might notice I'm a little edgy tonight because I set up a schedule for myself. I set up some plans, if you will, to keep myself more centered and balanced in the world, at large, if you will. Said, oh yeah, watch this. So just when you say, okay, I'm going to allot this time for these things, and of course, the world comes in and tests you and says, are you going to hold strong to these things? Or are you going to stay in these confines that you've set out, that you said you were going to do to make your life better? Whop. And I didn't do so good because I went outside of my structure that I'd set up for myself in order to take care of things. But those things, in my opinion, were things that required us, for me to take a look at them and flow them, if you will. So anyway, that is the Akashic Records reading. That is why I was thinking that people may not understand why they're feeling disconnected in life right now. It's because other people's opinions may be swaying you, either from the collective consciousness or just who's in your life. You may be ignoring your intuition. So God's spirit or source is telling you go this way, and you've always gone this way. That's what's happening in my life. I've always been on this road, and God's spirit said, nope, you got to come this way. You're serving more people if you come this way. So I'm having to change habits and behaviors and plans, and it's a lot. And if I didn't and kept going the old way, I would feel disconnected because my intuition is telling me that changes are needed to serve more people. So then also negative self-talk. The power is within, and without you sends mixed signals. We talked just a smidgen about that. I know I called it something different there. And then, not knowing your real purpose. That's the other thing. So if you don't have a mission in life right now, other than to go to work, make money, pay the bills, and come home, not happy for you. So if you are feeling stirred up, if you feel like that and see things more than other people do, you have the high-pitched whine, you have this yearning in your heart, then go over and apply for the Academy at toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on Spiritual Awakening Academy and fill out the application. If you're not sure and you're like, well, I just would like to really have help with, this, then go to contact, write me an email, let me know what's happening in your life. Okay. So I'm going to look here and I will, as soon as you let me know what's happening in your life, I'll get you scheduled. All right. So I'm going to look at a few of the comments. And while I do that, I'm going to ask you to please, if you have a question, I will draw an Akashic Records card for you. Let's see what we got here. People I didn't acknowledge earlier. Genesis, hi. Lydia, you have a very long name. Lydia Gonzalez, if you're still with us, can you give me a thumbs up, please, so that I can give you a reading because you'd asked for one. Hello to Tanya. Hello to Kelly. Kelly, okay, it looks like you're in line there. Let's see. Okay, it looks like we have a troll in the room that's saying to come for her for a reading, and I ask that you all would just steer clear of that because that's not affiliated with me whatsoever. And we'll make sure we kick the troll out. And let's see here. Hello to Deborah. Deborah, good to see you. And let's see here. Let's see. And Javier, good to see you. And let's see. Just reading these comments here. Okay. Just so you all know again that this person that is representing themselves here as my mediator or moderator for tonight is not a moderator, so you might want to stay away from them. And I do appreciate, let's see here. Let me just take care of that real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I apologize to you all. I'll have to get somebody to be a moderator to take care of these people. All right, Maria, hi. Yes, you are on the right career path. I can give you a quick reading. And Donovan. Okay, so let's go back. And River, thank you for recognizing that. If I have a moderator on, I will let you all know from the beginning. So no worries there. Okay, so let's go back, and it says, Lydia, if you can give me a thumbs up and let me know that you are still here, and I'm more than happy to give you a reading. Just give me a thumbs up, let me know you're on. And Michelle says she can relate. That's good. I'm glad I'm reaching everybody tonight. Okay. So it looks like Lydia may have left our broadcast tonight. If you're on, Lydia, you can go and put another comment down below and I will reach out to you that way. Okay. And Tanya, hello. All right, Kelly, you would like to have a reading. Let's do an Akashic record reading for you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay. Kelly. Okay, so Kelly, your Akashic record reading for this evening is, you have, let's get you a couple of cards here. Ha! You are a funny woman, Kelly. Okay. So the first card that came up is your past. It is the King of Keys. So if you notice here, this guy's riding along, looks like he's got it all together. He's looking out way into the future. You know, he thinks he has the key to everything. So that was the past for you. You had the keys to everything, and then things shifted. And so in your present, you've got the Queen of Keys, and you notice she's looking out. She's waiting for somebody to come back. She's got the book with all the information in it, which, Kelly, I know you do have the book with all the information in it because we work together. And she is in command of her kingdom. Do you notice she's standing right there on the castle? And we notice this guy, that was your past, he's standing outside the castle thinking he has it all together. You know, he's out on the perimeter of things. No, Kelly, you're right in the thick of it, but you have total and complete command. That's awesome and amazing. And then for your future, you go back to Kings again, which I think is quite interesting. It says the King of Scrolls, okay, and that came upside down. So you've gone from a king to a queen back to a king again. And what that means for you is that you've got all your ideas ready, you've got them all wrapped up there, you're holding on to them tightly, if we upside or right side up. You've got some ideas behind you and you're going forward with plans that you have, and you have alternate plans as well. So that's a good job, Kelly. You keep going, because it looks like you are just right where you need to be at this moment in time. So I hope that made sense to you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Okay, let's see here. All right, Maria. Macaladandra, I believe. Maria, let's have a reading for you. I'm glad you're watching tonight. Well, let's see what's going on for you. You know, the funny thing is this gal found my page with the free readings on it, and I didn't even put hashtag free reading. I'm telling you. You know you're popular when people try to take people off your page. I always think that's funny. All right, here we go. So Maria, you asked me, am I on the right? Oh, I'm glad somebody thought that was funny. They put a smiley face on there. Thank you for that. Okay, Maria, you asked me, are you on the right career path? So I am drawing a couple cards for you. Okay, so the first one that comes up upright is the Winged Messengers. Okay, and if you'll notice, Maria, you've got a couple of birds there on the top. One of them is a hawk, and one of them is actually the peace dove. Okay, so you've got winged messengers. One of them is telling you that you are on the right path because it's a hawk. So that means your career choice is good. It's not exactly 100% where you could be with your heart's passion. So you're doing good, but you're more passionate about something else that's similar to what you're doing. And then you've got the peace dove. So as soon as you bring yourself more into the center of your divine gifts, you will find that you are in the right career. All right. Now, what's also interesting, the second card I pulled for you is called the karmic trench. So you may be paying out some karma from other lifetimes, and that's why you're not exactly aligned with your job. And that must be true because I'm getting cold chills, and that tells me I'm pretty spot on. If you'd like to get some more information on that, feel free to reach out to me, and I will be happy to give you a private reading. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. All right. Let's see here. Patricia, if you're still with me, can you give me a thumbs up? Patricia, darling, are you still in the house? Oh, she says, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Patricia, you still with me? Yep, comes a thumbs up. Okay, Patricia, here comes your free reading. Let's see here. So Patricia, I got two cards for you at the same time. I was trying to take just one card off. One of them is called On the Track, okay? So I feel like in your life that you are on the track towards a certain outcome. You have a trajectory, you're rolling along, you're on the track. However, I feel like it's not quite the right track for you. This feels more like health and having to do with money. And then once you shift into the right place, get off the track, hit the bar that they do where it goes on to a different track, and it says your wishes are fulfilled. So as soon as you get yourself headed in the right direction, and I feel like a lot of this is spiritual in nature, and you're connected with your gifts, not using them 100% seems more like the gift of sight and being able to see things. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Thank you, Patricia, for joining us tonight. And let me know if you would like to have a private reading. All right, Lisa is watching. Hello, Lisa. And V-Love, hello. Kelly says, yes, I needed this so much. Makes so much sense. Thank you. You are welcome. And hello to Tammy. And V-Love says, my 16-year-old son is missing, wondering if he will stay safe and return. Okay, V-Love, that is something that I can help you with in a private session. I often do work with missing people and finding out how they are. Are they still alive? What direction are they headed in? Will they return? So I'm going to ask you to go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and either send me under connect an email and your phone number, and I'll reach out to you, or go ahead and set a session time under sessions. There's half hours and hours available, because that's something that will require a bit more depth than a live show. Okay, let's see. Maria says thank you. You're welcome. And Patricia says hi. Hi, Patricia. Oh, good. Okay, and you wanted to develop, good, and you would like to have a private reading. Great, Patricia. Again, toolsofenergyprotection.com, and click on sessions, and you can go ahead and book a session there. And I can't wait to meet you. So that'll be awesome. And then Javier says, did my question show up or not? No, Javier, your question did not show up. And Patricia, thank you. She says you're amazing. Thank you. Okay, Javier, are you still with me? And your question didn't show up. You're welcome, Patricia. Okay. Javier, you still with me? Your question did not show up, but I would like to, yep, there you are. Okay, cool. I would like to go ahead and answer a question for you. So Javier, focus on whatever it is you're requesting, or text me down here in the bottom. Woo, Javier, and I don't know what is going on in your life, but I got cold chills everywhere. Javier, you have, oh my goodness, I don't know if you all can see that on camera, but I got goose pimples, God bumps, whatever you call them, extraordinaire. Javier, you have ancestors that want to talk to you. Okay, these are disembodied spirits. They're no longer embodied. They're people that are part of your physical ancestry. They love you. They are here for you. And they are telling me you have so much going on and you're not listening to them. They're trying to send you messages. And, oh, you say, just want to know if I'm understanding my guides properly. Okay, that makes sense. The guides I'm getting are your ancestors. They're people that literally are genetically, physically connected to you that no longer are in body, and they're on the other side and they're trying to help you. And I'm getting cold chills. That means they're like literally right here in my energy field. And yes, they heard you and they did understand you. And apparently you're not understanding what they're trying to tell you. They are, oh my goodness. Let's see, let me draw a card here. Okay, apparently, Javier, whatever you're doing, you really need to protect yourself. You are not protecting yourself enough in this situation, and they're sending you warnings. I pulled the Archangel Michael card, and so they are sending you big time warnings, and they are telling you that part of what you're doing is not being shaped correctly. You're headed in the right direction, but pull back a little bit because it's almost like you're doing things too fast and you're not taking your time. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you would like to have some more information, please reach out to me. I have sessions available tomorrow and we can get together and dig more deeply into that. I can see your ancestors standing up here. They show me the color red. I'm not sure why. It's like a red scarf. I don't know if that's a family thing or something, but that's what they're showing me. So I'm going to ask them to step back and I'll be more than happy to meet with you. I do have Zoom meetings just like this, or we can talk on the phone. So so go over to toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on sessions, and let's schedule a private time to get together. And oh, you said you saw red and green over me. Woohoo! That's awesome. So that's good feedback for me, Javier. I really appreciate it because red is your root chakra, which means I'm grounded, and green is my heart chakra. So big kisses to you because sometimes I'm not always grounded. More fun in the spirit realms. All right, let's see what else we've got. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Thank you for joining. Yeah, River says she got goosebumps too, so we know we're right on the money. Let's see. Okay, well, that looks like, oh, thank you for the hearts. That looks like all the questions I have for tonight. So I have sessions still available on my book. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I've got some times open. So you can go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on sessions. There's a 30-minute, what we call an angel reading, and then there's a 1-hour session as well. If you're not familiar with my work and you would like to be more familiar with my work, please click contact, and I will reach out to you in that way. And then also, I am going to be changing the platform and how I serve you all. So if you've seen the header on top of my Facebook page, if you click over here, it'll take you back, or if you are on my YouTube video and you click over there and look at my header, I'm going to be doing some spiritual tuning up on YouTube 1 time a month. Okay, that's in addition to what I'm doing here. And then here, I'm going to switch to a little bit different way that I'm presenting things. And a lot of you like the energy tune-ups and the forecasting and wanting to know what's coming up. I've been doing that for years. You can scroll back through this or go to my YouTube channel and look at some older videos. And I'm going to be switching that to a private platform so that we can have a group there that comes every week and here's the updates and that kind of thing. So that's what's coming up, and I will be doing that starting the beginning of September. And I will be in Denver live at the For Heaven's Sakes Books. If you want to come there, I would love to see you in person. Otherwise, We'll see you next Tuesday here for Tuesday Night Live at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Have a great and wonderful night.